Ever wonder what sets pro Counter-Strike 2 players apart from the rest? It often comes down to one powerful concept, the 45-degree rule of positioning. In this video, we are breaking down this game-changing technique that every top-tier player knows, and by the end, you will too. Welcome to the ultimate guide to mastering the 45-degree rule in Counter-Strike 2. But first I have to set the basic. What even is this rule and why is it so good to use? When you position yourself, the common play is to go into the wall, like this on Dust to Lower, or here on Anubis, and here on Inferno, as you are hidden the most, as well as it's hard for the enemy to peek and deal with you. But I want you all to see how the enemy would swing you. As in Counter-Strike 2, peeker's advantage is still an issue. And in these angles where you are allowing the enemy to do a full-on 90-degree peek onto you, this peek from the enemy will both look and feel faster than what we are about to break down. When most people are swinging, they want the swing to be 90 degrees, as here you get the optimal position for creating speed, as well as the perfect angle to kill someone. And that is why the pros tries to limit how they position themselves in Counter-Strike 2. While if you rather than playing behind the box, you go further back and set yourself up at 45 degrees towards where they normally would peek, well, the peek from the enemy will be much slower, as you will be in an off angle. And this is what all pros are doing. Just look at how different it looks being peeked in these two different degrees. As well as with a 45-degree angle, you can react faster to the peek, as here in middle on Anubis, if you are here on the corner, all peaks towards you will be at 90 degrees, and look how fast that is, as well as how little information you will have before you are being peeked. Well, if you are at a 45-degree angle at the same spot, meaning you will play here, you can now react faster as you get more information before being peeked, as well as the peeker have to readjust their crosshair placement after peeking, giving you even more time to kill the enemy. So how can you implement this strategy to your positioning? First you have to identify the most common angles, and let's use Dust to here for the example. As towards lower and long, you will have these angles as the most common ones the T side will swing, as we're doing this from the CT's perspective. Then after you have found the most common angles, this will allow you to set up your 45-degree angles, as the common angles are angles the T side have to fully clear when peeking these areas. This video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey, the ultimate CS2 skin trading site. Upgrade your inventory instantly with fast, easy trades. No hassle, no waiting. Use filters to find the best skins in your price range and earn rewards as you trade. Get up to $5 for free when you trade at least $10. No skins? No problem. Buy at a discount and boost your deposit by up to 35% with the code AGONOR. And check out the free section for giveaways and tasks to win more skins. Click the link and start trading today. Now back to the video. Well, we have to check out how the best teams in the world abuses this positional technique, as they combine this technique with amazing team play, so let's break it down in detail. As we can see, Vitality has sent 3 players in middle for the pistol run, and here they will have Robs and Apex playing together to use this position to the fullest. Here Robs position himself in a 45-degree angle towards the box, as this angle has to be fully cleared by the lower tunnel players, as Mongols had no players early top mid to hold for the lower push from Vitality, while Apex goes up on short with a nade out, as if Robs were to play close to the box right here. He would not have been able to help Apex if Apex were peeked from lower, as well as Robs can abuse the shadow and the way Mongols has to peek to be able to tell Apex when to nade. Apex nades way too soon, as the mid pressure the smoke Mongols used forces him to use the nade and fall back, leaving Robs alone in lower, and here he will shine, as the off angle and the advantages of the 45-degree angle is more than enough to help Vitality out. First player to peek Robs will be Techno, and here he lines himself up to have a 90-degree peek towards short, not expecting Robs, as he is quickly dealt with. And Robs finds his first kill. The trader coming towards Robs after the death of Techno is Sensu, who here lines himself up perfectly for a 90-degree swing onto Robs. But as Robs in the 45-degree zone can use the box and peeking to his advantage, is able to deal with Sensu as well, since when Sensu has to fall back to get ready for the peek to create momentum, Robs is already peeking him, and Robs finds one more kill before he is dealt with. And here we could see how hard an angle like that is to deal with, as well as how easy it is to deal with swings from an angle like that, rather than if Robs play close to the box in a 90-degree angle. But this rule is something Cyril loves to abuse, and the pistol run is perfect for it as well. As when he is forced away from middle, we will see Cyril only using this 45-degree rule to hold, as when he looks middle for any pushes, he positions himself here a perfect 45-degree angle towards middle if he were to be peeked. While when the call is that Mongols has taken short and catwalk, while Cyril goes here in a perfect 45-degree angle towards any players peeking him from it, to get more information from any peeks Mongols wants to do on long. As here the rule of distance to a corner comes into play as well, something I will not break down in this video. The 45-degree rule isn't some gimmick, it's a foundational part of how top players survive longer and take cleaner fights on the CT side. It forces Ts into awkward duels, gives you critical extra time to react, and makes your angle unpredictable. So next time you load into a match, think twice about hugging that corner. Instead, shift your position slightly, align yourself off angles, and watch your duels get a whole lot easier. Thanks for watching, and here are 2 videos YouTube told me you would love. Bye.